Good evening, I'm Karen Sullivan, publisher of Orenda Books, and this is Orenda Books at Bedtime. Tonight we're travelling to Norway to see one of the godfathers of Nordic noir, and he's here to talk about and read from his book Sister, which is the next in the Oslo detective series. It works as a standalone if you haven't read the series, but we have published two of the previous books, Faithless and The Ice Swimmer, and I highly recommend them. This is translated by Don Bartlett, and it's about Detective Frolic. Here, Detective Frolic has been suspended from duty. He's working as a private investigator, and he is helping out a friend of his who's got an asylum seeker, a young woman who claims that she has a sister in Norway. If Frolic is able to find her, it means that she won't be sent back to her inevitable death. He does find the sister, but as he does, it turns out that everyone involved in the chain of investigation turns up dead. This is classic Nordic noir. It's fantastic for fans of Henning Mankell. It's literary, it's award-winning, and I can't recommend it highly enough. Kjell Ullendal is one of our best-selling authors, and we're going to go over to him now to a place just outside of Norway. Kjell Ulla.
Kjell Ullendal. I'm going to read for you from this book, Sister, my latest book in English. The beach was full of tiny pebbles. Matilda picked the ones that she considered appealing, either because they felt good in her hand or because they had nice patterns. Frank sat down and watched the sea absorb the light from the sky. He suddenly thought about his father, saw him in his mind's eye with his shirt sleeves rolled up walking in the mountains. "What are you thinking about?" Matilda said, sitting down beside him. "My father. I've never seen mine," she said. "He and my mother lived together before they had me, that's all I know." "Did they split up?" "I don't know. My mother doesn't like to talk about him." At the end of the beach, a boy in an anorak and windproof trousers was walking with a spinning rod in his hand. He jumped up into the sea-smotted rock and began to cast his line. Frank watched the boy as he set one foot behind the other, brought the rod back through and let go of the finger holding the line, heard the sound of the line spinning out of the reel, and a little plop as the lure broke the surface of the water. The boy stood still, waiting for the lure to sink before he reeled in. Frank lay back, felt a breath of wind caress his eyelashes, and heard the undulating drone of a passenger's plane in the distance. Matilda's mobile rang. She answered it. He opened his eyes and watched her. "Of course," she said, put down her phone and looked at him. Do you remember me talking about Guri?" Frank didn't. "The woman who works in the refugee center and needs a detective." He nodded. She put the phone to her ear again. "We'll be there in an hour." She rang off and stood up. "Let's get going," she said. "It's quite a drive."
Thank you, Kjell Ulla. This is a chilling mystery and perfect for lockdown reading. And you can get two of this series for 99p until Tuesday at Kobo, and a couple of them are on offer at Amazon as well, including his brilliant World War II standalone thriller, The Courier. And that's it for now. Thank you very much for listening, and we look forward to seeing you next week on Orenda Books at Bedtime, when we have a special lockdown edition.